This video is sponsored by WeVPN. Gaming phones are always some of the coolest phones on the market, always pushing limits. This phone is slightly cooler than most because of its built-in internal cooling fan. Today we'll be finding out if that extra internal hardware affects the durability of the Red Magic 5G. Huge thanks to WeVPN for sponsoring this video. WeVPN is a virtual private network that allows you to protect up to 7 devices with one account, with just one click. A VPN is useful when you're traveling or using public Wi-Fi. Basically, WeVPN can take your internet traffic, encrypt it, and route it through any one of 100 different servers in 24 different countries, all while keeping your personal data private and secure the whole time. Sign up today at wevpn.com/jerryrig for as low as $2.49 a month. And for each download, they'll donate $1 to help fight the coronavirus. It works on computers, Androids, iPhones, and even Android TV. They've got 24/7 live customer support. I'll leave a link down in the description. wevpn.com/jerryrig. Try it out for free for 7 days, and thanks to WeVPN for sponsoring this video. Now it's time to durability test the Red Magic 5G gaming phone. Let's get started. Nubia has a history of making super unique phones, like that dual front and back screen phone we took a look at last year. The internal cooling fan will of course be much more interesting to see from the inside, but you know, if the phone snaps in half, we might get to see it sooner than we think. Inside the box we get the phone itself, along with a super cool SIM removal tool. I'm definitely keeping this guy. It's also got an 18-watt charger and the normal USB-C cable. This phone is currently sitting at just under $600. Which makes it one of the better priced gaming phones on the market right now. This is the Eclipse Black version, no fancy metal exoskeleton like we saw in the Black Shark 3, but still a pretty cool design under the glass. Let's get into the scratch test. After a few hundred of these, you probably know the drill already. Level 3 would be plastic. And that's what we're seeing here, on this screen protector. It's nice of Nubia to include this extra protection. Remember, these durability tests are all about consistency. I test as many phones as I can so we can have a baseline, so when a phone does deviate or have flaws, or, snap in half, we have something to compare it to. This Red Magic 5G scratches at a level 6 with deeper grooves at a level 7. Pretty normal these days. We haven't seen a sapphire display in a while. The front-facing 8-megapixel selfie camera is tucked up underneath this top bezel right next to the earpiece. The earpiece is made from plastic, but glued in very tightly and won't be falling out on its own. Nubia says this does have stereo speakers, but the bottom speaker is not front-firing, which might be important to some gamers. One thing that is definitely important to gamers, however, is extra buttons. This phone does have dual built-in capacitive triggers up in the top shoulders. These don't pop out of the phone with motors like we saw in the Black Shark, but they do exist. The metal power button and metal volume rockers are also on this side. The air vent, though, is what we're all here for. There are vent openings on either side of the phone. Regular air comes in one side and hot air comes out the other. Kinda like Trump's corona briefings. I'll flip the dedicated switch to get into gamer mode. They're calling it a game boost switch. And from here I can toggle on and off the rear LEDs. Cause what's a gaming phone without some RGBs? I can also turn on and off the fan. It's incredibly quiet when it's in its low-powered state, but if you listen close, you can hear it spin up and then blow gently while the phone isn't under any loads. However, for the ultimate blowing experience, I found the rapid cooling toggle, which boosts our little fan buddy up to full speed. It's much louder, and you can definitely tell it's moving some air now. At 15,000 RPMs, it has a 30% boost in air volume from last year. And apparently there are some heat pipes inside to assist with the active cooling, but we'll have to see those during the teardown. There are some gaming pins on the side for accessories. And up here at the top we have the headphone jack. Thumbs up for that. Having wired headphones is just one less battery to worry about. Now down at the bottom of the phone, we got more metal, a USB-C port, and the bottom loudspeaker port, along with the SIM card tray. No expandable memory though, and no official IP rating, but we can check the internal openings for water resistance when we get inside. The back panel, even with all its cool designs, is just one solid slab of glass, which covers the bottom 2-megapixel macro camera. The middle 8-megapixel ultra-wide camera and the 64-megapixel main camera both have their own super tiny glass lens covering, and there's one singular flash up top. Phones are getting crazier with their screen refresh rates. Remember, the OnePlus 8 has a 90Hz refresh rate, and the OnePlus 8 Pro has 120Hz. But this guy, the Red Magic 5G, is the first mass-produced phone with a 144Hz refresh rate. Its 6.6-inch AMOLED display lasted about 25 seconds under the heat from my lighter. Then the screen got a little weird, but only briefly. It took a while to cool off before deciding to work again. The last thing I want to try before the bin test is the under-screen fingerprint scanner. But unfortunately, even after attempting 3 times with 2 different fingers, I was unable to get the scanner to read my fingerprint, so it failed the test before we could even scratch it. The level 6 and 7 scratches from my screen scratch test are more in the middle of the phone, and not so much down here at the bottom, so those had no effect. Finally, the bin test. This is an extremely heavy phone. The Red Magic 5G weighs almost an ounce more than my Note 10 Plus, which has a larger screen and a stylus. The beefy and heavy build pays off though when it comes to structural rigidity. With no flex from the front or the back, and no damage to the frame, the Red Magic 5G passes my durability test. Even with a built-in fan and cross-through air vent, the phone is a rock. If you want to see how it all works from the inside, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I am curious though, would you have to be a gamer to own a gaming phone? For less than $600, it's probably catching more eyes than just the Fortnite guys. Let me know down in the comments. Come hang out with me on Instagram and Twitter. And thanks a ton for watching. I'll see you around.